No, why did the music cut off? Why did it do that? Yeah, there we go. We're back, baby. Mondstadt is back. And I genuinely mean that. It's part of, like, the main story now. Hey, we're back. Yeah. So I may have put, my... What the heck? Why is it turning off? That's so weird. My feelings on this current Genshin update may have been obvious thanks to the funny little community post that I put on. I am so hyped. Like, I was in the previous version, but I kind of already told you guys when that version came out, like, okay, I'm just gonna wait for like one more patch cycle. Evan says, hi, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I was going to wait one more patch cycle, because if, y'all didn't know, there was a whole, mess going on with, like, the English voice actors, and so a lot of them were muted, and I still think most of them are going to be muted, for this quest specifically, because, like, they've, like, just recently, like, come back, or at least some of them. I don't know if all of them have, like, I don't know. So I'm not expecting this quest specifically with the Mondstadt one to have all of, like, the voice actors back or anything like that. I'm not really expecting it, to be honest, but, yeah, we're just, we're just here to, like, play it, right? I always said in my previous streams, like, if the VAs aren't haven't voiced it by the next patch, that's fine. We're gonna play it, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So the previous version with the trailer of that quest, I was so excited. Because two things: we're going back to Mondstadt in an Archon quest. Like, this isn't like a world quest or an event quest. Like, this is main story stuff, and we're going back to Mondstadt, which is so exciting for me, because anybody who knows Genshin lore knows that Mondstadt, despite being the tutorial region, it's the region where, like, the more you learn about it, the more you're like, oh, this place is important to endgame, isn't it? Oh, this place is definitely important to endgame. So we're going back to Mondstadt. That's cool. That's reason number one. Reason number two, well, I mean, I guess it's basically reason number one, but there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in Mondstadt. It's the Windbloom Festival, and yet, Albedo is being tried for murder, I think it was, which is crazy. So, yeah, can't wait to, like, see what's up with that. And of course, just everything in this patch. So excited. We're obviously not going to play anything from this patch because we need to get, I want to get through this stuff first. But like, Skirk, which is the newest character that came out, the 180, you know what, let's just start playing. Okay. Let's shut off the music, go to the infinite void, and start. Alright. Whoa. Let me just get all my stuff first. Yep, that's what I want. Thank you. Thank you. This is a path thing, you know, whatever, I don't care. Her, the 180 I made with her character, cause like, when I first saw her, I was like, yeah, she looks cool, I guess. You know, I wasn't really, like, super into her, but, like, literally, like, one animated trailer and hearing a couple of her voice lines later, she literally, like, instantly became, like such a fascinating character to me, just instantly. And I want to learn, like, everything about her. But that's not for, it's not for this quest. It's not for this quest. I need to, remind myself that.
I see the value in my own work.
Okay, not now, dude.
But I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the...
I'm just going through the stuff. This one I'm also super excited for. This quest right here. But we're playing this one.
People of Fontaine.
Is that it?
I believe I will continue to take...
There's this as well. What does this have? Oh, dang. Thanks. Lil Gem says, I've been trying to pull her and she refuses to come home. Oh my god, that's literally like my brother. Like my brother was the one that like told me all about her character. AKA the one that made me go, wait, no, actually she's really cool. And he spent all of his Primo Gems for her. didn't come home. So, oof. What am I doing? We're going back to Mondstadt. Where am I going? Let's go. Crimes 1 and 2. Also, we're gonna meet Dahlia as well, who is, the Herald of Barbados. He's like the Herald of the church. And he's also like Venti's friend, like legit, like, well, from what the devs said, they are like legit friends. So it makes him being the Herald like all the more special. Because it's like, oh, he speaks for Barbados? Well, like, I'm going to assume that generally he knows what Venti would want with certain matters. Because they have a friendship going on. Hold on, let me just get these incendios. Okay, let's go. Actually, oh my god, should I get Venti on my team? Just for story reasons. I'll get Venti on my team just for story reasons. I like to do that. Farina says hello, hi. Let's see. Who?
Didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Does this team make any sense? Maybe not, but whatever. Playing as Venti. For story reasons. I like to play characters that are like related to the story in some way, shape, or form. For absolutely no reason. Oh, hi, Celestia. You look closer than normal, or am I tripping? You look rather close. I don't know if I like that. What are you doing? We are going to be playing Paralogism, because I held off playing it for a patch, because I just wanted to see if, I don't know, some of the voice actors could return for it. I know that a lot of them have returned to the game in general. Whether or not they return for this quest, I kind of doubt, but that's alright. Like, I waited too long, I didn't play this. Hello, Swan. Hello, Lawrence. I miss you guys. Mondstadt. Everything looks normal. Hi, Stanley. I remember your story. Your story made me very sad. Wait a second. Wait. Did I go somewhere? Farina says, oh yeah, some are voiced like Venti. Wait, really? Oh, that's great. That's great if he is, because I know Erica Harlicker, which is Venti's voice actor, said that she wanted to record his lines for this. Return to special story mode. Oh, okay, yeah, because it's in a... Yeah. Just gonna get my water because I'm going to expect that I'm gonna be doing a lot of reading, which I'm completely fine with. Like, I read like the entirety of the little one quests. Okay, cheery music, Windbloom Festival. Adorable, wow. Pretty as always.
The city is all decked out. Oh, it's beautiful.
Paimon still has her old VA, because that was a thing that happened.
Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Dude, I honestly kind of felt that. It's like, working on holidays, like, oh, that's terrible. Why would you ever allow your like, locale to work on holidays? But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, but I'm not gonna get, like, my full paycheck this week. Farina says, or that's what I saw on TikTok. I did the non-voiced quest, LMAO. I'm glad to see it voiced now. Yeah, I don't know. I'll let the game surprise me.
Greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Hello.
Hey, Catherine! Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year. But...
It's a holiday, it makes sense.
But...
Under special circumstances.
Feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
Take a look around, huh?
So who's dead? I know Albedo killed someone.
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Sir, are you trying to date me?
Stargazing? Like we'll find a spot. You know people start reserving places on Star Snatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down. Sorry, I'm just not in the mood.
I mean, you know Star Snatch
should
Cliff
go.
isn't the only cliff in all of Mondstadt. Mondstadt's kind of made up of cliffs. You have like a bajillion other cliffs to choose from. Star Snatch is like the pretty one, but you don't have to be there.
Whoa!
Just a thought.
Something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This is weird.
Oh, you're leaving? I can walk you home.
Okay, okay.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it? Is there something wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn,
Damn!
I think we should stop seeing each other for now.
Dang!
Huh? Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Okay, so then we're at that stage, alright.
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship stories is already over?
Dude, maybe I just don't pay attention to the NPCs, but like, I had no idea this was a thing. Also, I felt bad for the guy. I felt that guy. I felt him. I can't believe it. Maybe they're just working out the kinks.
So, is this what you meant by unusual, Catherine?
I mean, that's true. The Windbloom is like, it's the holiday of love for Mondstadt. Like, it's very much like Valentine's Day for them. Farina says, yeah, buddy, best friends, you know.
This is just one example.
He's denying it. That's what's
Beatrice
up.
has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Who's dead?
Oh, it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Hey.
Is something wrong? You don't look so good.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus. I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
Scary.
You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
Strange. Farina says Delulua.
Yeah, I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better. Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see?
Homie, what did you see? Also, who's dead? I need to know
Sorry,
this. This is important.
This is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until
What,
next time, you two.
Did you see, like, a corpse and it, like, messed you up? Is that the direction they're going? I don't know. I don't know how far they're gonna take it.
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
Oh, what about
appears
you?
Miss Donna is also out of sorts. Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
So you've given up on D-Luke?
Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on D-Luke, right?
Exactly.
That's what I thought too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
Did she finally accepted the fact that D-Luke, honestly, probably barely knows she exists. I'm gonna be honest. He probably like knows her by her general appearance, and that's like it. Oh my God, Kaya.
Is that Captain Kaya?
Are you gonna move on to Kaya?
Huh.
Oh
Now that
my
I look
God.
at him, he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before?
Okay. Oh, okay. Alright then. I'm flattered, Miss Donna, although I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears. Dude, okay, if that were me, I would just want to die at that moment.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy wind bloom.
That's hilarious. Farina says, no, the Donna thing, I forgot about it. Tiff says, quick save Kaya before he... Little Gem says, nah, she moved on to his brother. Poor Kyle. Poor Kyle. Dang, that must be weird. You know it'd be so funny that, like, I don't know, he's like, huh? I think I heard that. And then Donna's like, oh, I'm sorry. I meant that for your brother or something. It's just like, okay. Weird. I intend to, my dear. But first a question, if you don't mind. Why the sudden change of heart? Oh, shoot, he does know. Okay. Why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Diluc was the object of your affections. Okay, so he does know. It's, okay, new headcanon of mine. Kaya, every time he talks to Diluc, he always mentions Donna. He's like, you know, brother, I can't help but see you be very alone when you're in the Dawn Winery all the time. You know, there's this girl right by the flower shop, and Diluc's like, nah.
Good question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master Diluc came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore.
You moved on, girl. Like, you spent the past 5 years pining for this man. Eventually, you just have to admit to yourself that it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Tiff says, freeze! In place, and don't come near me! This is a new voice line, oh my god. Master D. Luke. Yeah. Matchmaker Kaya.
If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love.
I'm telling you, girl, like, you don't know it yet, but, like, you've moved on. You haven't realized, like, you finally accepted, you've come to terms with the fact that this is just not going to happen.
But then I saw you. And it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
No, what it was, just hear me out. What it was is that Kaya is very similar to Diluc. Well, I guess, like, life-wise, he's very similar to Diluc, right? So like, he has a lot of the traits that Donna's, like, really into, but here's the big difference. He's approachable. Like, she finally realized that after 5 years, she's not going to talk to this man. That is just not going to happen. But Kaya walks around the streets all the time. All the time. Like, he's 1,000 times more approachable than the other guy. You have much higher chances of getting with him. Tiff says, his name is Kyle, get it right. And Little Gem says, when did Genshin turn into a soap opera? I understand, and I'm flattered I was able to bring back the butterflies, but I do need to see some business, so I'll take my leave. Very suave.
Oh, here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Honestly, that was a really kind way of going about it. I'm not gonna lie. Just him being like, oh, well, I'm flattered that you feel that way about me. Anyway, I need to go to work. See ya. Not at all. You are the exact 2 people I've been trying to find. So, Traveler, Paimon, how have you been? Oh, good. How about yourself and the rest of the Knights of Favonius? Who died? Kyle is for everybody. The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you 3.
So, you said you were looking for us.
A Little Gem says, I feel like he gets those every day. Honestly, he probably does. He probably does. Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt. But let's discuss the finer details back at headquarters. Tiff says, come here, Kyle. Psst. What is that? What is this language that I don't understand? Alright. Ah, the old Mondstadt music. I miss it. I say even though I listen to the soundtrack all the time. Wait, actually, I don't really listen to Mondstadt music really all that often. I only really listen to it when I'm like, yeah, okay. But like, if I do want to listen to Genshin music, it's usually Natlan or Fontaine or Lioa. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. Well, I'm lost. Yeah, I got lost in Mondstadt, of all places. Where's this place? Okay, it's higher.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
In my opinion, Auroron's theme song is one of the best songs. Auroron's theme song slaps. Oh, it's just loading. Oh my gosh, Yula.
Kaya, you found them.
Show my Linny build? I mean, maybe if we have the time to fight. Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed! What's going on?
Farina says, I swear Faruzan demo song is goated, and Nahida's too. I love Nahida's demo song. It's super, super cute. Faruzan? I think I have it in my playlist. Yes. But I genuinely don't remember.
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
Because I usually just listen to, like, region background music when I'm, like, working or something. You guys are NPCs! Why are you guys unvoiced? Okay. Oh wait, no, it's Kaya, never mind. Allow me. You have Note, captain of the second company, captain of the third company, Eula, captain of the fourth company, and me.
Oh, you're all captains?
Dang.
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
So who died?
Jean!
Hey, it's been a while. Oh, okay. Traveler, Paimon, thank you for coming. Is everything all right? There are tons of people outside. Ah, yes, that would be the captains. You know a few of them already, but I'm sure there are some new faces. There has been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of the Knights of Favonius together to hold a trial.
A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine!
Yes, Paimon, and crime still happens. This is still a nation, and, you know, you still need to deal with crime. You know? Come on, Paimon! It may not be the nation of justice, but you need to establish some sort of order. Like, yeah, city without rule, but there has to be some exceptions. I'm just, like, looking over the comments. Okay. I understand the confusion. You've never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the church. Dude, I can't read. Under the guidance of Barbados, the knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the winds can reach. And today's case requires a joint trial by both parties. Like, it's that serious. It's that serious. It's that serious. We need to lay down the law, and we need blessings. That's how serious it is. Little Gem says, do you English? ¿Ves? La cosa es que yo soy bilingüe, así que yo no puedo hablar ningún lenguaje. Fallo en los ambos. Farina says, trial? ALR 1v1 in the opera epicless.
which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Hold on. The group of people we saw in the corridor just now. There was someone missing. Man, Albedo's never there. What are you talking about? Albedo's never there. What? Okay, whatever. Where's Albedo?
Right! He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
Oh, you meant, like, never mind. I thought they meant, like, out in the streets. And I'm like, Albedo's never there. What are y'all saying? A keen observation, traveler. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against against Captain Albedo, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
Who died? Jean, it's time. Understood. Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I love that she just drops that on us. No elaboration. She's like, alright, let's go. Music. New music. Kyle. That's two. Yeah, that looks like the cryo. I might be crazy, but that looks like cryo. Like the symbol there. Please, sit wherever you like. I only ask that you remain calm, no matter what you hear. I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. It better be. Sucrose, no! Oh, Sucrose is there too! D-Luke's just on the other side of the courtroom. Yeah, it's very dark. It's super gloomy. Now that everyone is gathered, let us begin. With Grandmaster Varka away from Mondstadt for the time being, I, Jean Gunhilder, will oversee today's proceedings. Hold on a second, you have a voice! What? I guess he's not voiced. Oh, it's still Jean talking, bro. Like, guys, I'm so sorry. Like, my reading skills. There's Rosario. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations, we will ensure a just verdict in this case. Tiff says, Master D is staying far from Kyle. I love how we all just collectively decided his name is Kyle now.
Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
Yeah. The defendant in today's case is the captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Batman's all by himself. He is. Bro, just gonna be angriest his brother every time. He's gonna be angry with his brother all the time. Yeah. Albedo, what did he do? Certain aspects of this case are classified, as it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. Okay. As such, this trial is not open to the public. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Tiff says, I mean, is it not Kyle? Good point. The identities of the victims are still unknown? Strange. Oh my god, they're Jane and John Doe's. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, Captain of the Logistics Company, Miss Hartha, will present the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes. Tiff says, Jean, stop being a... Like, wait. What is this? A nerd? She's just doing her job.
Ready to proceed.
Rip the deads. Miss Hartha, the floor is yours. A Law and Order sound, yes.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the Church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Darn. Lil Gem says, how do you know there was a murder then if you can't find the body? Well, I think they specifically said that it's... Hold on, let me see. The alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if they found any bodies. But if they did, it seems like they're unidentified. I mean, I don't know. Oh no. Oh no, man. Oh no.
Murder?
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
No, that's actually horrifying to see. Oh my god. Oh my god, just imagine that.
No.
Order in the court.
There's
I
no
will
way.
have order.
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
You know, by this point, they have to have, like... Okay, maybe not they have to have, but, like... no, this is just me, like, just headcanoning, okay? This is just me, like, headcanoning. But, like, by this point, they should have access to cameras, right? Inazuma has cameras now. By this point, they should have access to cameras, so they should be able to have, like, what are they called? What are they called? What are they called? It's the specific photos that are shown during court, based on a case. Well, not based on a case, but, like, of the case. Cora says hello, hi! Beatrice, so is this what she was trying to tell Quinn earlier? Yeah, like you basically rejected this poor guy. Why? This better be a good reason.
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo.
Is this Erica Harlicker?
He was dragging a huge bag of some kind.
Is this Erica? I think this might be Erica. Lil Gem says, what if it was given consent for his experiments? I don't know. Tiff says, Albedo and Kyle got the same body count just for different reasons. My god.
I thought it was strange, so I followed him.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely Erica.
Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body. Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
Terrifying. Me no like that. I now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. Farina says, Albedo is just gonna show how nerdy, what his ass is for the whole court. Tiff says, objection, in the bag was an undertaker, so it wasn't murder. Cora says, we're in a trial right now? Who committed crimes? Allegedly, Albedo. Albedo did death. Okay, so he's muted too. Okay. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right. The next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
Ah, so you are voiced. If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
Okay, so you don't have it. In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw.
Tiff says, new Genshin updates is for the deaf. Hertha pisses me off so much.
I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
I mean, she's just like, currently, she's just kind of doing her job. I mean, yeah.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene. The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet, no victim has been identified, correct? Like, these kinds of cases, like, with these kinds of cases, like, the body is out there somewhere. It's just, like, very, very well hidden. Yeah. This person says, is it just me, or is there too many people on Dragonspine? Like, nobody goes there, and suddenly every Mondstadt citizen is there. You mean, like, NPCs? Farina says, for real, let's just invite our boy Nivelette to do the job here. Hold on a second. Hold up, guys. Trials take time. These people are terrible at this. Drag Nivelette over. He does the final verdict. He isn't even, like... He's doing what Jean is doing. He's just, like, sitting... He just sits there, listen to what everyone says, and then at the end, he gives the final verdict. Like... he doesn't, like, defend or allege. He just... He's the judge.
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Hertha, but I did not kill a single person. However, I do have a older brother out there running rogue. No, like, I'm serious. I have, like, not a clone. See, I'm a synthetic human, right? I was kind of like an experiment, so there were other prototypes before me. Yeah, one of those prototypes is kind of running rogue and pretending to be me. Like, I'm pretty sure that's where we're going. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You assume me of murder, but there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
Please, proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. I now call the second witness to the stand.
Wait, that's...
What? D-Luke Ragnavinder? Who's like, I've been sleepwalking? Because I was going to say, like, oh, he probably, like, because they did find a corpse, right? A witness saw a defendant dispose of a body of an adult male. Yeah. D-Luke, what are you doing here? Tiff says, do you rate characters? Like, you mean in, like, gameplay-wise, or, like, how much I just like the character? Either way, I don't really do both. I just kind of like the characters that I like. Ellie says, hi, welcome. Please tell the court what you saw. At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like a body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body beneath the cliff and soothed out the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
Well, okay, here's the thing, though, when it comes to... we finally return to Mondstadt and there's immediately drama. Heck yeah. Mondstadt couldn't stay the happy little peaceful place forever. Yeah, I was going to say, to be fair, though, I know this is a video game, but, like, in actual court cases, eyewitness accounts, although very important, are actually not that much of a priority in court. And the reason why is because us as humans, when we like perceive things we don't understand, our brain tries to fill in the gaps. What I'm trying to say is that even though for the eyewitness they can swear like up and down with full certainty that a very specific thing happened, when in reality something similar but not exactly happened. And so like it's like a legit thing in like human psychology that like, well, yeah, you forget details, you miss details, or your brain tries to fill in with details that didn't actually happen. The general thing you saw might have happened, but the very specifics that you're describing might not have. And so because of that, in actual court cases, yeah, like I said, like, even though eyewitness reports are valuable, they're not as valuable as you might think. Everything is really much based on, like, cold, hard evidence. And also just the decision of the jury as well. But, yeah. Anyway, we have two separate opinions. Okay. Oh yeah, so what I'm trying to say is like, okay, yeah, this is just a video game. Yeah, I know. But it's like, okay, we have two eyewitness accounts. But how much can we really believe them? Okay, Kaya says, I would only inquire as to what Mr. Diluc was doing in that area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a stroll. I was killing hilichurls. Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. Okay, yeah, but at night. Little Gem says there isn't even a jury. Yeah, no, I'm talking about, like, actual, like, cases. Like, I was trying to, like, make a point about how, in actual court cases, eyewitness accounts aren't exactly the, like, priority in cases. And, like, currently right now, it's just been eyewitnesses. I just happened to be in the right area at the right time. That's all. That feels sus. Master Diluc is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo. Yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
Is it just? Great. And this is... what looks like the teeth and femur of a human. Now, it does beg the question. Yeah, you're just gonna show, like, the actual object in front of people in court? That's a bit messed up, honestly. What looks like the fin is... okay. Now, it does beg the question. If the burial was fresh, why is this all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Master Diluc. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here. Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
Cora says, did she just lift the whole chest with one hand? Yes. So, that's your angle. Alchemy. A logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning, with Mr. Albedo present. That's right. We were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, Were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
Oh,
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose. You don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount. Mr. Albedo? I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes. I know claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There's been no mention of a motive, or what exact method could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Okay. So is this trial just witness accounts? I'm just wondering. Oh, well, okay, they did bring up some evidence. No, never mind. I forgot what I said. They did bring up some evidence. There was a human, supposedly, who died. So, that's something.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
Okay. A correspondence? Oh no. That envelope does look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth.
Yeah, no, it does sound like an Albedo letter.
The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement?
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, and the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation, and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
I trust the investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting, and that the letter makes more than passing mentions of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
No, it can't be true.
It doesn't, although it doesn't say anything about killing. Like not necessarily. A fascination with death, certainly, but it doesn't outright say, like, the body has been disposed or anything. Although, like, honestly, that's kind of like a weak argument. But you could stretch that. I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Huh. Then, are we in agreement? The evidence is conclusive. On the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, the court finds the defendant guilty. Although I feel like that still wasn't enough evidence, I'm gonna be completely honest. I think there still needed to be more. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo would commit such a crime. Jean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Albedo being taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter. A secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt have yet to discover. Yeah.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Yeah, because it's either just Albedo rambling about, like, you know, his stuff about, like, life and birth and Rheindotter and stuff. So, I don't know, I feel like, I need more than, like a bone, you know what I mean? Although definitely that bone should be investigated, that is a definite, yeah. But, like, I feel like we need a little more, I don't know. Albedo told me his secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? But what? Following in Rheindotter's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation? That would only make him more suspicious. Did Rheindotter ever kill anyone? Okay, like I know her creations killed people, but I mean, like, directly. Did she ever kill anyone directly? Indirectly, heck yeah, like a ton, but I don't know. Well, this took a turn for the worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
I've always been here. I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along. For us? Yes, you're needed at Starchnatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You'll know when you get there. Go on, now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one. Who, Venti? Most probably. Most probably. Oh my god, Rosaria helping us find Venti. That's adorable. The current story seems to be related to your past adventures. Would you like to quickly go over? Sure. Alright, you and Paimon went to Dragonspine to ask Albedo, who was conducting research there, some questions about alchemy, only to encounter a series of strange events. Strange soft noises echoing through the mountains that could not be traced, the ransacking and theft of alchemical notes in the campsite, Albedo disappearing after a chat outside a cave, but having no memory of the incident. At that time, Eula encountered Albedo elsewhere in the mountain, attempting to lead a child away. He attacked Eula upon being discovered. You were able to confirm the presence of a mysterious figure impersonating Albedo. A running battle ensued, ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated a giant mutant whopperflower posing as him. Yet there was more than 2 people wearing that face on the mountain. Oh, that was it?
Sure,
right.
I'll play you another tune, but it'll
The
cost you an
bells!
apple.
The bells are ringing! The bells are ringing! The bells are ringing! Do you have bells? I don't see any bells. The bells be ringing! That's so cool. Cora says, it was so poorly lit in that courtroom. Dude, it was dark. We'll go here. Alright, now just run a Blair. Whoa. Oh. That's just a mini game, right? Ah, there's the moon. The moon. I'm waiting for Nod Cry when the Fatui tried to steal the moon and I see the Despicable Me joke like for the billionth time. There's a big one at the top of the cathedral. Awesome. Those are cool. Especially Carolyn bells. Fun fact,
Will
Carolyn
gliding be
bells are
faster?
which is bells that are typically used in like old universities and cathedrals. They're, I think, like the biggest instruments just like ever. And I didn't know this, but you actually have to tune bells. Like, you have to tune them. I didn't know that was a thing that you had to do. I don't know, I just think it's really cool. You tune them by shaving them, though, so they don't really last that long. They need to replace the bells, like, every once in a while. There he is! There he is! Hello? Hello? My favorite little character.
Traveler, Paimon. I could hear your arrival upon the wind.
Yay!
Were you
He's
looking for me?
voiced! He's voiced! That makes me so happy. The Tui minions, yes. He's voiced. That makes me so happy. Hello?
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Oh.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
Of course I know him. He's a Mondstadter. I know everybody in Mondstadt.
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados.
I mean, like, to be fair,
gonna forget
I've
next
never
time,
seen
right?
you before, so, like, you know. So, you called us here so we can meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a chat. After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Makes sense.
Wait then, you know about...
Yeah.
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Okay, so, like, this is a theory of mine. It's not, like, a big theory or anything. It's just, like, a really tiny, like, little, like, headcanon, I guess. But, like, I've always believed that the Grand Master / the acting Grand Master, the Grand Master and, like, the people at the highest positions of the church are privy to his identity. Like literally, it is like my headcanon that, for instance, for the Grand Master, when a new person becomes the Grand Master, they have like a secret notice or something like that says, like, if at any point during your during your position, you see a green bard who looks suspiciously like that statue, that is him. It's just a headcanon of mine, and it's also a headcanon of mine for, like, the people at, like, the highest positions of the church. That's, like, when they get there, it's like, okay, like, you know. Tiff says, Barbara surely knows. I don't think so. She's definitely, I mean, she doesn't, but, like, I don't know, like, yeah, she's a deacon, but a deacon isn't exactly, like, that high of a position. But yeah, it's just like a little headcanon of mine. So to me, like, it's like, oh, the herald, the representative, like, knowing this information? Yeah, no, that just makes 100% sense to me. Lil Jen says, Venti got drunk and told Kaya trust. Oh no, I totally believe that. I do imagine. I have a little theory that, like 15% of Mondstadt, 15% of Mondstadt is, well, not exactly know his identity, but they're, like, they basically know. Like, I fully believe, especially the people who hang out at the tavern, look at him and goes, I don't know, guys, I think I might be crazy, I think it might be the alcohol, but I think that's Barbados. And another guy's like, what are you talking about? He's just a bard. And he's like, well, look at him. Look at his hair. Look at his braids. Look at his, like, feminine frame. It looks a lot like the statue, doesn't it? You know, honestly, like, I have yet to see a single person mention how he looks like the statue. Like, there hasn't been, like, a single person who has mentioned, hey, you look a lot like that statue there, sir. It's my headcanon that Venti just says he's like a cosplayer. Like, deadass, it's a headcanon of mine. That if anybody asks him, like, hey, isn't it weird that you kind of look like the statue? And he's just like, oh, I'm just a really big fan of Barbados. You know, as a bard, you know, I'm a very big fan of the God of Song. Okay, that was a long tangent. Just Colbot says, to be fair, most of the guys in this game have feminine frames. Yeah, I think I mean, like, in the statue, because he's wearing, like, long robes. I don't know. It's long, it's like long robes, so, like, it kind of, like, looks a little bit more feminine. Although, I know it's, like, I know it kind of kills, like, the joke of most of the fandom, but this is just me. And I was thinking of making, like, a short little video, a little joke video about this. I never thought Venti was a girl. I never ever did. And the reason why, this might come as a shock to you people, but he's not that feminine to me. Outfit-wise. But that's just, yeah. Cora says, he could also say he's a distant relative or something. That is true, he could just say that. Anyway, I need to move on.
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything.
What does that mean?
Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Makes sense.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do. Tiff says, I am Barbados, third brother on the cousin's side of his father's roommate. I love his father's roommate. Lil Gem says, I thought he was a girl until I looked it up. Yeah, I never did. It was mostly the outfit for me, because, like, so, like, if you guys will know a little bit more about, like, my own personal art and stuff, like, I am really, really into just, like, historical aesthetics, and every time I see people being like, oh, Venti's outfit is really feminine, it just kind of baffles me, because I'm like, no, literally everything about his outfit, including the corset, is the corset was used by both men and women during the 1700s. His outfit, okay, I'm going on a rant right now. Venti's outfit is, like, very Baroque style. Well, okay, maybe not Baroque, a little bit before the Baroque, which is basically, like, the 1700s. I mean, just look at him. He looks like he walked out of a Hamilton set, right? He looks like he came out of, like, the 1700s. Everything about his outfit is traditionally male. Like, from the shirt, to the hat, to the long socks. For the longest time in history, men wore really, really long socks. Including the flower, because the flowers weren't associated with femininity until relatively recently in history. But for the majority of history, they were just kind of a symbol, and that was it. The only thing I can see kind of is the corset, but then it's just my little historical knowledge being like, well, men in this time period wore corsets too. So it's not actually the most surprising thing about him. The hair kind of for me is very feminine, but at the same time he also has short hair, and like Genshin barely has like short-haired females. Like, we have like Farina in her dark outfit, I guess. You know? Yeah. But everything else for me is just like, yeah, that's a traditionally male outfit. The only thing I can really say is the corset, which is traditionally female. But because it was also because it was also used by men, it's more so androgynous. Okay, rant over. Just Cobalt says, the outfit is feminine, but what's even more feminine is his face and hair. That I agree with. I think I saw a post somewhere saying that his exact face shape is the feminine one, because the female and male face shapes are just, like, a tiny bit different, and he has the female model. So yeah, no. That definitely, like, his face and his hair is definitely meant to be feminine, but, like, every time I see people say, like, oh, his outfit is feminine, I'm like, no, it's very masculine, actually. And the corset, although traditionally feminine, is more so androgynous considering the time period that he's clearly based off. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop. Zhongling also has short hair. True. She's a guy, 100%. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop my rant. It's just something that, like, every time I see a post about that, I'm like, man, maybe it's like, man, I'm such a huge nerd.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
But no, that makes sense, guys. That makes, yeah.
Well, I knew from the moment Rhine-Daughter and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. The Kryda Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
Just Cobalt says, it's very masculine, laughing, crying emoji. I mean, it is. Like, I'm not lying. Like, it is a traditional male outfit. I'm not lying when I say that. His face is feminine, but the actual outfit itself is traditionally male. I'm just saying. I love the idea of you talking, and someone saying it's kind of feminine. No, trust, it's very masculine. No, I can't, like, no, because it, like, it kind of bugs me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, because I remember somebody said, like, his long socks were feminine, and I'm here like, okay, yes, today, but his outfit is very clearly based on a time where male socks were way longer than the female ones. Ah! Cora says 20-page essay on why he actually does look very masculine. But, I mean, I'm not saying that, like, his overall look is masculine. I'm saying his outfit is a traditionally male outfit. That's what I'm saying, guys. That's what I'm saying, because it is.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Venti Hamilton. I mean, yeah, his outfit's clearly based off that time period. A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and the people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend.
What do you know about the situation, Venti?
Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun.
Just Colbat says, I get that guys used to wear high heels and corsets and high socks, but it's really funny hearing his outfit is masculine. I remember you saying this stuff 4 years ago with the Robin Hood stuff. Yeah, no, I've mentioned this, like, a lot. It's kind of an interest of mine. It's kind of an interest of mine. But, yeah, I know that sounds weird, but, like, I don't know, it just kind of is. Like, I don't know what else to say. It just is. It was. Like, yeah.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
You share your observations with Venti and Dahlia.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
I have a feeling, okay, there might be a legit, explanation for that, but, I genuinely think that Donna just kind of moved on.
When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
So who's the hero?
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least, that's what Barbados would say.
Uh-huh.
A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate.
Makes sense, makes sense.
If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
You don't have to be so poetic all the time. Well, Jem says he really is from Hamilton.
Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right?
Chorus says the liar could have at least been in the same rhythm. So I remember one time Erica mentioned, because I think this is what happened, because I do agree it should have, but like, I don't know how it is in other languages, but the first time Venti sang during that, like, one Windbloom... No, Vinelazefest. Vinelazefest, I think it's, like, the first time he ever sang. He does not sing in any other language. Erica said that she did it in the booth simply just to have fun. And, like, she recorded, like, a normal one where he just recites the poem, and then she, like, told her director, wait, guys, what if I sing it? And... they allowed her to, and then she talked about how she didn't think that they would add that in the game because in the other languages he doesn't sing, and then she was surprised to find out that he does actually that they chose the take that he sings in. So there's a chance the same thing happened here. Like, he wasn't supposed to sing. Erica just felt like it. Hoyo is a very small company. They can't afford it.
You'll still have help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Behold!
Ooh! Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty!
Yeah, this thing.
Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
Yep, I already saw this in this summer event.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
We're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I was not. Did Klee give it to him? I'm gonna say yes.
Anyway, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat.
Just Cobot says, breaking into song in real life, lol. We'll do our best to uncover the truth.
That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side.
I suppose we're old pals too at this point.
Indeed. Your companionship is like a breeze that lingers in the air, warm and familiar.
In all this time, I've never witnessed Lord Barbados approach anything in a serious manner. Perhaps this time, I'm in for something special.
Barbados? Serious? Ah, you give him too much credit.
Hardly. It's not blind faith, you know. I've always had unwavering belief in the animal archon.
Is that so? I wonder what Barbados thinks about that.
Dude.
You should pray to him and find out.
Good idea. I'll tell him I still haven't deciphered his drunken musings from our 3 trips to the tavern last month. His wisdom is sure to reveal itself in time.
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Oh, you know what? Forget about Barbados, Dahlia. Treat me to a drink instead. You wouldn't refuse me, would you?
A dear friend like you? Never.
Freaky Harold? What are y'all talking about? I love the idea of Dahlia being like, there's something behind that silliness. I know there is. There's something behind that silliness, and I'm gonna keep hanging out with you until I find it. There's something. Alright, we're going back to headquarters. Going back to headquarters. In here, yep. Cora says, not gonna lie, Dahlia kind of sounds like Lloyd's VA from Ninjago. The only thing I know about Ninjago is that one audio floating around that's like, yeah, Lloyd, yeah, exactly. The like, it's me, your son. Lloyd, it's Lloyd, Dad. No, it's Lloyd, I named you. You ruined my life. How could I ruin your life? I wasn't even there. Wait, is it not in there? Okay. So it's like around. Gas rapidly. What the?
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Oh, it's this. Okay. Yeah, we're going back to special story mode. Locked in the unskippable cutscene. Not the movie, the TV show one. Yeah, I've never watched it. I know you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good. I don't think it's solid. It's definitely leaning, but I wouldn't say it's solid, Jean.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
This version of events is hard for me to accept as anyone. That is the most, like, corporate thing you could say. But Varka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. You know, I really do wonder, like, how long is it going to take for people to realize that Albedo doesn't age? Like, no, for real, like, how long has he been a knight? Because, like, Albedo is, like, he's, like, 500 years old or something. I don't know. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Traveler, Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya has a favor to ask. Like Jean said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me. But I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigating the case? Yes. It's also time for you to It's also time for you to get involved. Do you want us to join the joint investigation? No, we'd like you to launch an investigation on your own. Is this illegal? I'll continue working on his defense in the meantime. If you find anything that might help his case, just let me know. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. Understood? I know you'll get to the bottom of this, Traveler. You've never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Well, then you will have done Mondstadt a great service all the same. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Albedo's office on the 2nd floor. I'm counting on you. Alright, let's look for some stuff. Let's look around. Albedo's just chill like that. Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of Albedo's entire personality. He's just chill. Can I see what's in? Oh. I need to know. I need to know. No? Okay. Okay. I want to see. Can I go into the other? Nope. Nope. Alright. Oh, okay. I thought it went all around.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
No, it would not. I've tested it several times. I sentence you to jail for the rest of your life.
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two here are on Jean's orders. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Pretty much the one in Dragonspine, but like inside. Alright, I have some work on my own, so I'll leave it to you. Good luck, you two.
Right back at ya.
Let's see, anything here? No. 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 Oh. Hello? Cora says he has an office? It's always been, like, my headcanon that his official office was in Dragonspine. I know it makes no sense, but it's always been, like, a dumb little headcanon of mine. Oh, okay.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Chorus asks, when was this a thing? Since now, I guess. There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S-shaped triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy! Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
After moving the book, the desk looks almost empty. Your hand slipped while moving the book, causing the hardcover book to strike the desk. What? And the resulting noise is a bit unusual. What? Wait, what happened? It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer, it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah.
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk!
There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It was very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you can try using the power of Geo. The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. I mean, yeah. Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Wait, I'm sorry, I'm like trying to like process what this means. Okay. Breaking through the shackles of life. The simulation of the... That's the primordial human project, isn't it? The simulation of the project. I must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
Primordial human. Probably. Most likely. The note mentioned festering forces, which suggests that Dragonspine could be involved somehow. If this has something to... It's just floating there. If this has something to do with creating synthetic life, would Albedo go that far for one of his experiments? No, that can't be. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. Two of the marked locations correspond to the crime scenes, and the third appears to be in Dragonspine. So we're gonna have to go there. Hand-drawn map! Dang. It's a hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the joint investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in the last location, or at the very least what remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location?
We need to check.
Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
Secret compartment is definitely very, very sus. Definitely. Oh, it's the thingy.
Oh, Vent is calling. Let's answer.
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff, all right. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
I see. So, Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh?
You share what you learned with Venti.
Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Rhindaughter's creations, there'd be no separating him from her past.
True, true.
As we both know, Rhine-Daughter's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness, and the evidence you just found, let's just say it could convince even those closest to him of his guilt. Perhaps even you.
I don't think the handwriting was faked, and the notes sounded like him.
Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo?
I don't know, but I want to.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right? Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts.
Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him? Dang.
Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Aw, that's so sweet. He's just, aw, that's so sweet. He's like comforting us. That's adorable. I was gonna say, like, I mean, yeah, the fact that he is one of Rhine-Daughter's creations, not because, like, he's exactly like her, although he is showing similar traits, but, you know, it's been, like, a thing that, like, the majority of her creations start off, like, perfectly fine, and then they kind of, like, start going a little crazy, so to say. A little crazy. And I'm sure, like, even Venti's like, oh, shoot, is this it? Is this it?
Yeah.
Because, like, remember, Rhine-Daughter's creations was, like, a big factor during the Cataclysm. Like, they're not just creatures that go rogue. Like, they cause, like, serious damage.
Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned.
Okay.
Wait.
Creepy. Creepy.
Miles.
Don't do that. Oh, my God.
Here?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
Why do we keep the door open?
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Oh, this is her office. Never mind.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
I don't trust him.
That map we found in a hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Alright. Are we still upstairs? Oh, we are in his office. Why do we keep the door open? Taking photos. Keep mementos of the sights and experiences of your adventure. When taking a photo, you can change your character's pose. Barely. Alright. Donde? Okay, just checking.
Let's wait till the snow gets heavier and have a snowball fight.
Yeah, too bad we can't do that here. Oh, wait, wrong place, wrong place. It's... Or do I follow the path, or do I climb? What if I, like... Maybe the room needed to be aired out. Yeah, maybe there were a lot of, like, you know, there was a lot of vials of stuff in there, you know, maybe the air was just really thick and heavy from all of those chemicals. Please do not die. That would suck a lot. Come on. Come on. Oh my god. Maybe I shouldn't have climbed. Maybe that was a bad idea. Maybe that was a bad idea. How close are we to the top? Okay, not that far. Huh. Ah. I'm gonna stay here till his stamina goes up again. Oh my god, okay. Okay, what if I move this way? Okay. What would be this? Would it be this spot right here?
Let's light it up!
Oh, it doesn't look like that? Oh, okay. Okay, I thought it did. Oh shoot, I'm freezing. Crap. There's no fire! There's no fire here!
Adventure time!
Aha! In a second! No! Okay, good. Okay, I just need to fight these guys. No, that's fine.
And voila!
I don't know if that would do anything. Actually, yeah, a little bit.
Time for takeoff.
I did not mean to do that. That was supposed to be for Lenny, but okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, awesome, cool, sweet. Let me just heal really quickly.
I wonder if this chest is some kind of trick.
Okay, back to investigating. How does Lenny work, Tiff asks. Okay, so, at least from what I'm able to gather with how Lenny works, Lenny is mostly a charged attack user. So, his burst is not, like, the main thing. It's not. I just kind of use his burst as a normal attack sometimes. But, basically, you wait until that little cat thingy appears, and it does like a little taunt, and it lowers a little bit of your HP. And the more times you shoot, I think it goes up to like 5. The more times you shoot an enemy, the little number with the hat goes up. Yeah, I think it's like number 5. But I think it has to be in the same location. And then the skill, when you press it,
Right up.
the thing explodes and your health goes back up.
May I
His main
present?
thing is charged. Come on. Okay, thank you. Just gonna make sure I'm not dying. Okay, back to investigation. Is something trapped in this ice? It feels like it. Okay. There it is. Stone up here.
We should be getting close.
Oh.
Oh, look over there!
Oh, okay.
Something seems off.
Alright then. What's in here? Although everything is covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer, you noticed a spot on the ground that looks quite different from its surroundings. You remove the snow and find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human body. But the hole is completely empty, and the surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this? Or some monsters?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies, but this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole, or smooth out the ground like the other places?
If one person did all this, why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo wasn't the one responsible, why was this location marked in his notes? Very interesting stuff indeed. Very, very interesting stuff indeed. You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
You tell Jean about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There's still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turned out to be Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public. And I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Well said. When the time comes, I'll carry out my duty to do the best of my ability. To the best of my ability. Miles. Sus. Very sus indeed. Okay, so depending how long the little quest thingy is, I think I'm just gonna play that one and then we can end the stream for tonight. But we'll see. We'll see how invested I get. Okay, wait until 2 days later. I'm just gonna stand up here and clock thing. Tiff says, if he wasn't a chalk person, they would like him. Well, it's not necessarily that. It's more of his affiliation. Well, not affiliation, but his relationship with,
It's about time for the second trial.
So his relationship, really, with, Rheindotter, which is the thing. SpongeBob narrator 2 days later. Hey guys. Ah, you too. Let me know if you're ready, and we'll head out. We're ready. Alright, follow me. Back in the wherever we are in. Oh, well, no wonder why the lighting is poor. You only have one window lighting the whole thing. One window at the very top. Ladies and gentlemen, we now convene for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean Gunhelder, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to serve as assessor. Miss Hertha represents the prosecution, and Mr. Kaya speaks on the behalf of the defendant. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. Miss Hertha, have the investigators made any new discoveries? Tiff says, 1 window, there are 7 visible. Yeah, but all of the light is coming from the window at the very top. It must be noon.
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains. In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time. Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Hanselman, male, 46 years old. Marital status, single. Occupation, hunter. Consistent with the conclusion on in the last trial, his disappearance went unreported, likely due to his lack of relatives. Dang. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 years ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. Diluc found was consistent with this injury. Furthermore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Hanselman. A specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical or magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
Honestly, at this point, what's the difference?
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed?
Oh, I was also kind of thinking as well that, like, you don't really, how do I say this, need a motive to be tried, if that makes any sense. I'm talking about, like, real trials. Although a motive is very important, it's not necessarily necessary, because unfortunately the fact of the matter is that some people, even if they have a motive, they're gonna keep that under wraps, like, until the day they die, which, you know, happens in a lot of cases. So, how necessary is that motive, really?
In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act. In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward.
I wish I had to sit in the bench next to
The
him.
night Master Diluc saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too.
Wait, like, at the Dawn Winery? What were you doing there?
I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine.
Okay.
I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master Diluc.
Just went outside in the middle of the night near a dangerous mountain.
I thought it might be nice to, you know, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it.
Oh my god, she shooted her shot. What the heck?
At the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body.
Oh my god, she shooted her shot. Cora says sometimes they don't even have a motive. Just a bad case of circumstances and luck. Yeah. Stalking Diluc. Yeah, I was low-key thinking that.
I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master Diluc in the first place.
Girl! No, I'm sorry. I love that, like, it's this that makes her go, you know what? She go, oh my god, wait, no, she just said that in front of everybody in the court. But anyway. No, it's not that. It's the fact that it was this specifically that made her go, you know what? Maybe I don't like Diluc, actually. And I'm clinging on to my headcanon that, like, nah girl, you just kind of realized one day that you weren't into him anymore, and this was just the event that for some reason made you realize that. The event like, I'm of the firm belief that this murder had nothing to do with her like disappearing feelings towards Diluc. Okay, I'll stop. Little Gem says, dog just outed herself in front of everyone. Cora says, girl, what? The way Jean is looking. The fact that she's sitting, like, right next to him, too. Like, the bench next to him.
If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation.
Girl, just so that you fell out of love with him, okay? Just say that, okay? This has nothing to do with the trial or the murder or anything. You just realized after 5 years that your pining was going nowhere.
Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
Is this her way of confessing? Is this her... Was this actually just her way of confessing? Like, it's masked as, like, a witness. Poor Batman! That must be so awkward. I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. The court thanks you for your courage and a commitment to justice. I love how D-Luke was like, that was very brave. Anyway.
Yes. Thank you.
I can't imagine the thoughts going through D-Luke's head. He's partying inside.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
They just want Donna to shut the frick up. They're just like, okay, cool, that was very brave of you. Anywho. A special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present it to the court.
Wait, does she mean...
I mean, yeah, you present evidence in court. The evidence we found... Oh, wait. The evidence we found in Albedo's office. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. This map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description in the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Were you the one who marked these locations? Yes. You do realize that's basically an admission of guilt, don't you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. No. Since you uncovered that oh my god, I'm sorry, like my brain is dead. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense?
What I always have. I never killed a single person.
Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you?
Miss Hertha, you've presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that, but I will not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking on his own defense. Besides, I am not making excuses. I am exercising patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow, until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious, but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? He mentioned brushing off the snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, then it might have something to do with Dragonspine. Which reminds me, one of the locations marked on the map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? Traveler, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? Then I'm assuming you visited the third location marked on the map as well. Yes. Can you tell us what you found? You nod your head and give an honest account of the scene you found in Dragonspine. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone, and the surrounding area bore markings of an unknown creature. With everything covered in snow, no one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
But where is it? I need to think about this. What clues am I missing? Let's see. I think the first location also didn't have any remains. The first marked location is near Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Albedo use alchemy to dig a hole and bury a body there. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, this evidence seems to suggest that Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. Same thing. Between Dragonspine and the Dawn Winery, nearly the same evidence. Found human remains. To set Albedo up. The two should have no reason to set Albedo up. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get Diluc's attention. Oh no, man, I'm kind of low-key thinking the other one. I'm kind of low-key thinking otherwise. Not to mention, Donna's been acting strange since before the trial. Human remains. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur bone belonged to a Mondstadt citizen, and the witness accounts suggest Albedo was the last person to come in contact with his body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones? And does that mean he's the killer? So what's with this? Yeah, we only knew about it because it was found in the map in the hidden compartment. During our investigation, Paimon and I discovered... Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. No body or remains whatsoever. Associate. I guess this one because there's no body. The differences between the marked locations. I mean, I guess. Albedo marked 3 locations on the map found in the hidden compartment. There are some familiarities and differences. Based on what we know, all 3 locations are likely used to hide the bodies. The holes are dug in each area. But unlike the first 2 locations, there were claw marks. Dragonspine is a home to all manner of monsters. Could some kind of creature dug up the body? The marks don't look fresh, which means the whole of the 3rd location has been there for longer than the other 2. But if the whole of the 3rd location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Most people know Albedo is an alchemist and a captain, but in truth, he's the Krita Princess. Yeah. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. But he's also a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that if he did commit a crime, it would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will towards humanity, and he also seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make things worse for him. What about this one? Dragonspite is a frigid climate covered in snow, home to monsters. Lies the remain of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon has been dead for a long time, it still possesses a peculiar life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. I almost forgot. Paimon and I once encountered someone on Dragonspine who looked exactly like Albedo, and we weren't the only ones. Wait a second. Someone that looks exactly like him? Yeah! Yeah, you almost forgot about that guy. I'm guessing Albedo has a plan. Should I help him out? But what does he want me to do? Announce a break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Then you'll have to explain why there's a clone of him. Well, not a clone, but like another him. And that's gonna be a weird one to explain. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts, too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo is trying to tell me just now. I'd like to address the court, if I may. I was the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raise a few questions. Regarding the two cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state. Cora says, surprised the Traveler didn't remember that sooner. Yeah, because that was like my very first thought. Literally my very, very first thought was that it had something to do with like the other guy. I don't know, it's been a while. It's been like 3 years, more or less. It's been like 3 years, you know? Maybe the Traveler just forgot. I mean, they did, but like, anyway. But that wasn't the case at the third location. The hole was still there, with dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the third scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the markings around the third location weren't fresh, which suggests that the Dragonspine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there's still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever, Traveler. Tiff says, I'm a new player, so I don't know. I wish they made old events replayable for the lore. Yeah, no, literally, I am in full agreement, because, like, no, this situation right now is exactly why it's kind of weird that they made the Albedo one specifically, like, limited time. Because this was something, like, people from, like, earlier in Genshin were, like, talking about. It's like, Albedo is very clearly important. Like, a very important character. And he's obviously going to, like, show up in the main story to do something. And this is, like, really vital information. And, oh, would you look at that? This exact thing is going on, you know? Like, this isn't Archon quest. This is not, like, a story quest or anything. This is part of the main story. Some stuff is, like, happening. And of course, new players are like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Because, like, they didn't explain any of that. I only play since 4.6, so I know hardly anything. Yeah, that's what, because, like, the thing that, and I am happy that the devs did acknowledge this eventually, but I love Genshin lore so much, but one of the most frustrating things about it is that, like, it is not new player friendly. It is not at all. And it really should be. It really, really should be. It's also just better for storytelling.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out, there is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the third location. And the map was found in his notes.
In a secret compartment of his desk in his office.
That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect. Unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
I mean, she is right. Allow me to respond to the Traveler's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Miss Hertha, and deny any connection to the map. But I'm a better person, so I'm not going to do that. But that is not what I intend to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those 3 locations.
What?
But they weren't bodies, I think. There were... Oh. What are you talking... What's going on? What's going on? There were indeed bodies at each location, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragonspine. Does he have...
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
Can I see his neck? Can I... Okay, he still has the star. You're mistaken, Miss Hertha. The story doesn't end there. I love Eula's like, whoa, what? Hold on a second. Cora says, Mihoyoverse, make important narrative stories relatable. Replayable. No, seriously, please. Like, look, the silly little summer events, those can stay events. Those can stay events. But, like, bro, there's, like especially the Albedo ones, dude. They weren't bodies, probably. 2 seconds later. Oop. Okay. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine. Someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead, and buried the body on the mountain. Oh. The third location marked on the map. Okay, but what about the other two?
Actually, the traveler Amber Bennett and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
Sorry, I was just rereading it.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people. Their blood is on your hands.
He did say that the person was trying to kill him, did he not? Yeah, to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead, yeah. So technically, that's self-defense. No, you're wrong. I literally said that he was trying to kill me.
You deny it?
I said that he was trying to kill me.
After admitting to murder for the whole court to
I
hear?
said that he was trying to kill me.
You've clearly lost your mind.
This is not murder, this is self-defense. At least this case specifically. I don't know about the other two, but like with this one. If you would let me finish, Miss Hertha, I could get to the most important part. That person was me. The man who... Oh. No, he literally said that. The man who attacked me on Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair and blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical to mine. So, someone who happens to look exactly like you? Exactly like him? So I was right! It does come back to what happened back then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine.
I'm just gonna say what Chorus just said. It's self-defense, you fool! Again, like, this specific case, it's self-defense. Like, bro. Yes, I killed someone that day. Someone who looked nearly identical to me. Okay, Albedo, that's not really a convincing case. Okay, like, that in itself is not gonna help you. But yes, it's self-defense, at least in this case specifically. But I never said that someone was a person. Oh. I see. Then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony. You're just gonna believe him like that.
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
Amber? Oh, never mind.
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
What's going on?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face?
Wait, what's going on? Huh? I'm literally like the NPCs, like, wait, what, huh?
Hello to you, too.
As you can see, this is Hertha, the logistics captain of the Knights of Favonius.
I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up.
Huh?
You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Bro, what's going on? Order in the court. I've been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies. The dragon, Durin. Several hundred years ago, the Dragon of the East, Dvalin, defeated Durin in battle, and, with the help of Barbados, sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial life. As such, death was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more revitalized by the day. My impostor on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach. An unsuccessful iteration of the Homunculus project.
Homunculus?
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of The homunculus? Because
Yes.
it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there.
Oh.
Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine.
Oh.
So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical. Girl, but judging based on demeanor. The new arrival actually seems more like the Hearth I know.
That means nothing! By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the Albedo in this room of being an imposter! How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real Albedo long ago!
Here's the I was going to say, like, because the other Albedo is, like, basically the same thing as him. It's just a quote-unquote failed experiment. So technically neither of them are fake. I mean, like, what I mean is that, like, the other Albedo is him. It's just like a previous version of him. I don't know, just a thought I had.
Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
Ah, shoot.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
Ah, yeah, you.
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
No, my head. It hurts.
Oh my god!
Scar is right here.
You just flashbanged me. Okay, cool. Why the nerves? Why? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Oh, why the nerves? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Okay. Unless your informant in the Knights of Favonius failed to mention the scar on Hertha's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
No need to panic. You can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or, should I say, all spawn of Durin's life force has that ability. A powerful life source, an appearance... a powerful life force, an appearance you can change at will. Yet, here you stand, formless one, paralyzed to act, because you're worried using that power would affect your accomplices. Accomplices? Then Miles must be one of them. There are others, too. Most of the beings under the influence of Durin's life force have gathered here. And yet, their presence is what impedes her from taking action. Huh. The entire courtroom is chalk, literally. Once you attempt to transform, all your surroundings will be affected by your power. You can't control it, because in this network of living beings, you serve as its core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
What?
Come on, let's go!
Hey, they're shielding the imposter!
Dang, everybody in court just stands up and pulls out knives. She's trying to get away! Stop her! Don't let anyone stand in your way!
There are others trying to get in! Must be more people under her control!
Oh, okay. Time to get moving, everyone.
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
Dang, I wish I saw that.
After her!
It's time. All units move out. Third company, keep on the imposter's trail. We finally have a chance to talk. But before I explain the events of the past few days, I'd like to make a few things clear. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I never used human remains as a part of an alchemical experiment. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of a plan. Most of the members of our order were in on it. As for the witnesses, Master Dilu picked up on the situation long before today's proceedings. Wow, that's quite an involved plan. Indeed. Follow me. Should have probably mentioned that in court. I don't know, just a thought. Just a old thought. Slimes!
What? How are there monsters in the city?
They're all monsters. They are all monsters from Dragonspine. An attack is imminent. But fear not. We've been preparing for this. We've been monitoring the resurgence of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on Mondstadt. And so, we made preparations for an inevitable battle. So what was the point of the court trial, then? I was hoping you two would join me to provide assistance in the battle to come.
Of course. Where's our first step?
Was it just to, like... bring some of the imposters into the court? Was that it? Was that part of the plan? Like to collect them all in one spot? The top of the city wall. The hunger of many provide mobile support to various areas across the city. Alright. Yep, I can see, and I cannot go to my map. Okay, awesome. Up there, right? We're supposed to go up there? I don't know. I don't remember. Me no remember. I think we were supposed to go up there. I don't know. Feels like that. Okay. Hello? Who's down there?
Huh? Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Hey, can you move, please? Thank you, thank you. Are you serious? It's down? Wait. Bruh. What an amazing Windbloom Festival. Oh yeah, everything's great. Everything's fine. Oh, hi, Venti! Didn't expect to see you here. What's up?
Hey, Venti!
Shoot, someone's coming. Help me, please!
I love him. Oh my god. I love him. He's like, oh man, there are people here. I gotta act helpless. Someone, like, I'm just a weak little bard with no power of my own.
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Ah, perfect. I can drop the act. Sorry, I thought you were regular citizens.
What are you doing? It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned. Yeah, it makes... Oh, whoa, I'm sorry if I blew the mic there. Yeah, it makes sense that that they teamed up with Venti. That makes sense. I mean, the awakening of Durin is kind of a big deal, you know?
I agree. Although, it's been a while since I dealt with something this big. Oh, it's gonna be pretty exhausting.
He's like, ah, man, another battle to fight. Don't worry, I'll treat you to a drink for your trouble.
Just what I wanted to hear.
He's like, okay, I'm motivated now. All of my energy came back.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
People can make new friends when we're not here, you know. It's like, stuff still happens, Paimon.
Monsters started surging in from Dragonspine during the trial. They soon became agitated, likely in response to the core coming under pressure.
I also want to mention that, like, Albedo is a creation of Rhine Daughter, who is... I don't know if I'd say friends, but who knows Venti / Barbados. Like, they are relatively close, so to say, so it makes 100% sense why they would know each other.
Still, I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced.
The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witnesses saw was true. I did hide those bodies. As I monitored the situation on Dragonspine, I noticed many who ventured there and came back different. Tiff says, Venti is lazy but good. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I was like, when something happens, he's like, okay, fine, I guess I'll help. I guess I'll help because I am a good person. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by monsters, who then assumed their appearance to infiltrate the city. Ew. Most of those were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated 2 who attempted to attack. Okay, so he did technically kill people? Question mark? Okay, okay.
What about the remains Diluc found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
Yes, the monsters slowly digested their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remained of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second some teeth and bone.
The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monster's mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remained of the victims to put them to rest.
I love how they're talking about being under the influence in front of Venti. Well, I mean, it's under the influence of, like, Durin abyssal shit, not alcohol. Dangerous stuff. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. Venti's in the joint rotation, what the heck? After we defeated that doppelganger Whopperflower on Dragonspine, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? You told me the story of a gardener, I remember. I don't. I'm glad. Then you remember what I told you about Subject 2? And his, okay, I kinda vaguely. Then you remember what I told you about Subject 2? In his pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed a Whopperflower into Subject 3. So, there's another imposter on Dragonspine that day? Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him to bury his body on Dragonspine. So you see, at that point, there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin had become more revitalized by the day. Under the influence of his power, the monsters dug up Subject 2's bodies and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation, along with his knowledge and way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power and the ability to transform their appearance. Humans who venture into Dragonspine for too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence, but those effects don't show themselves right away. The extent to which a person has been affected is hard to perceive.
You saw it for yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange? Those are the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Favonius headquarters.
Oh, so that wasn't actually Donna? Man!
Durin's power remained dormant within them until, finally, it surged to the surface and seized control.
That was also our goal. If we could force a situation where the imposter had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under its influence would become violent, and thus we would know who was affected. What if there's like that one, like, actually violent Mondstadter?
Wait, so what do we do? We can't go around hurting innocent people!
That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promising to help.
We will use the power of Animo to restrain them for now. That should give the knights a chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long story short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing, right? That thing?
Yes. So, if there are little secrets other people shouldn't know, my identity, for example, keep it to yourself, okay?
I absolutely love that Venti's like, I don't want anybody knowing my identity, while at the same time, like, he does such a bad job at keeping it. He does such a bad job. Okay, let me just reread what Albedo said earlier. To restrain them... Well, yeah, I guess it makes sense that he knows which one's which. Lil Gem says, I'd love to... Wait. Albedo anime. I only wanted to study alchemy and peace, but now I'm the head alchemist babysitting a living nuke. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. So Donna is still in love with D-Luke? Probably. So that whopper flower outed her for no reason. I'm sorry. I don't even know why that was so funny to me, but for fun. Just to mess with them. Just to mess with both of them. You know what would be absolutely hilarious? That, like, we kill the Donna imposter, and, like, D-Luke is like... We kill the Donna imposter, and D-Luke's like, oh, okay, good. Now I don't have to feel uncomfortable whenever I see her. And in reality, it's like, no. It's just, she's still into you, dude. Poor Donna. No, see, real Donna has the cop-out of, it wasn't me, it was the imposter. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. Let me just reread all of these again. So I just activate that thing. Okay, what is that thing?
Alright, this should do it.
Okay, wind. That'd be mad funny. It would. Oh, yo, please give him a new animation. I'm begging you.
Wind currents? Paimon's never seen this many.
Cora says that'd be mad funny. Lil Gem says, like, Donna has no idea that this happened. Tiff says, I'd make another Whopper flower, just for more slander. There should now be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you hear me? Wait, huh? Loud and clear, all units. What's your status? So all of this was like a show? All of this was planned? Okay. Like, alright. Sure, whatever. That's whatever. Who cares? They took a page out of Fontaine. I don't know. They see what Fontaine does and they're like, okay, what if we like rip a page from that? Yeah.
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support. Requesting assistance at the side gate.
It's a walkie-talkie. Oh, the wind currents?
Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
Yeah, how is that possible? It's all thanks to Lord Barbados. With this blessing, we will succeed in defending our city.
Actually, if you face away from the current and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
What is it? What is he carrying? Like the vibrations or something? Probably. I don't know.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
'Cause I do. Or not.
You didn't have to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice. Venti? Is that you?
Hey.
Oops.
Oh, you know, just a wandering bard calling for help. Thank goodness the Traveler, Paimon, and Albedo found me. Got me out of a tough spot.
He is so bad at acting. He's terrible at acting. Wind currents traveling sound? It's magic. It's magic, okay? He's so bad at acting. He should take acting lessons from Farina. Ah, right. Now that you're okay, we should check the status of the other areas.
friend. May the Animo Archon protect you. I've got things covered here.
What did that mean? Okay. Genshin really wanted to be like... They were like, hey guys, I have a cool idea. I have a cool idea for this shot. I don't like being in the middle like this, especially on a bridge. Ah, look who it is. Ha! Oh my god, it's the brothers! Phew, that was a close one. I suppose thanks are in order, Master Diluc. I appreciate the help. It's Kyle. No need. I didn't intervene to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in my way. This guy. Oh, well, let me get out of your hair then. I suppose we could work together, but you would just melt my ice anyway. Suit yourself. Heh, alright then. Tell me, when did you notice something was off? The first trial. Ah, because of the fake Hertha? Hertha? No, because of you. What? Me? What did I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. I had a thought. Tell me then, Master Diluc, when do you think I actually get nervous? I suppose we'll see, won't we? Monsters incoming. On second thought, best not to think about it. They got serious beef, they do. I think, though it wouldn't make sense though. It wouldn't make kind of, but not really. Okay, so like what I'm thinking, I might be stretching it here, maybe, kind of, I don't know. I probably might be stretching it, but, I was going to say, like, is he talking about, you know, all of these monsters come from Durin, who was created during the Cataclysm, which, you know, has to do with Conria and all of that, and, Kaya is Conrian, and Diluc knows that. Diluc knows that. Also, Kaya's here for a specific purpose. I don't think it's ever been explained, like, what exactly his purpose is, like, what he is there to do in Mondstadt. But what I do know is that Diluc knows, and it's the reason why Diluc hates him so much. We don't really know why, but, like, there is reason. And so I was thinking, like, oh, is it because it has to do with... Is it because it has to do with, not Conria directly, but, like, kind of indirectly? I don't know. It was a thought that I had. Lil Gem says, have you learned the lore behind these two? I mean, I don't remember it super well, but generally, yeah. Like, Kaya is from Conria, and his father sent him to Mondstadt to complete, like, a certain mission. And he was dropped off at the Dawn Winery, and Diluc's dad adopted him. And at first they were really, really close. And then Diluc's dad died, and Kaya didn't really feel anything about it. If I remember correctly, yeah, Kaya was just kind of like, oh, okay. And then he kind of didn't like that. He didn't like the fact that he felt nothing, and so he went to Diluc's house and just told him everything, which is the reason why Diluc hates him now. If I remember correctly, that's like their general lore. Just Luke League. Oh, I'm test trying Diluc in 2025? What is this?
Oh, so sorry.
Let me just get all of you guys. Are they gonna keep spawning? I'm 79% sure that's not what happened. Yeah, I don't know. I think something like that happened. I'm pretty sure something like that happened, but I don't know. I only know the basics, though.
Time for retribution!
Oh shoot, he's about to die. He's gonna die. This is a pilot. Oh shoot. No. That's not good.
Cool it!
I mean, the whole thing with his dad dying and Kaya not feeling anything. There might be a chance that I read that from somewhere and I might be wrong with that. But like, I could swear that was something. I could be wrong though. I consider myself knowing a lot of Genshin lore, but like, you know, so many like tiny little details I can't possibly remember everything. Their dispute was definitely related to their dad. Shoot guys, should I like look up Kaya lore?
They're over there! Dilu, Kaya!
If you had time to make it out here, I'm guessing the other areas are secure.
What? We can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was just the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control over the main road means maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control. Don't worry. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area covered. I think you mean the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you. We don't have to bring that up. Oh, okay. Well, keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of other locations. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said in court. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by then. By the end, whoops. Believe me, he had his suspicions since the first trial. I suppose it just didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet!
Thank you for trusting me and for choosing to fight alongside us. As for Kaya, good work, as always. We'll see you soon! Of course, stay safe. Official! Yeah, somebody on the Genshin team went, guys, hear me out with the camera. Get close and heal them.
I'll protect us.
What? It's not working on you? What? It's supposed to work on you. Oh, yes, you are getting healed. Okay, good. Good. No, it's not. Okay, I have to wait.
Let the show begin.
Come on! Okay, and you. And you. They're having fun with... Bruh. They're having fun with these pan shots. They got a little silly. Yeah. Okay. Alright, you should be on the mend.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we can give you a hand. As you said, the situation outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others here who need to get back to the front line, so I'll escort you all myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just doing my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara. You can count on me. I don't really know how all of this started, but I do know that Jean and the others have been preparing for this for a really long time. So I I think everything will be alright. No, it has to be. Did I catch you at a bad time, Barbara? Cora says Swan, Lawrence, Guy, my go NPCs. No, not at all. Did you need something? I just wanted to tell you that over the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen. That is so, like, scary, dude. You don't just say it like that, Jean. Over the next few days, a lot of things are going to happen in Mondstadt. Attacks and fighting, so I need you to take care of yourself. Huh? How do you know? Albedo warned us in advance. It has something to do with Dragonspine, and he's our authority in that region. So we should take him at his word. Dragonspine, huh? So the city's going to be in danger? Yes, but the Knights of Favonius will do whatever we can to protect the people. But then, who will protect you? Don't worry, I'll look out for myself, I promise. Please, let them be okay out there. Sister Barbara, could you help me lend a hand? Ah, of course, coming. These are really cool. You get little perspectives of everybody. Oh, Mona! Hi, Noelle. Haven't seen you in forever. Bandit! Mika being covered by the Mika being covered up by this part of the tower. They're here. Prepare for battle. On guard, everyone. Incoming monsters at 11 o'clock. Looks like we've still got 25 Hilichurls, 2 blazing axe Metachurls, and a bunch of different slimes. Prepare. Cool. I'm playtesting as Amber? Wait. Yeah. That's...
Get him! Bet you can't keep up with me.
Right. Well, you're not a charged attack, so... Oh, sweet. Okay. I can do this. Awesome. Good. Is that all you do? Oh, come on. Die. Thank you. And down here.
Final warning. Get him! No escape!
Peak gameplay. Heck yeah. Is that it? Okay. Thing exploded like right next to me.
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Ah, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead.
Wait, did you say that part? Did you say that part?
And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, that's quite a scary thought. I get chills just thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you and you're none the wiser? Don't worry. Once this is over, monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? The trial wasn't hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I was so worried. Same here. I thought it was all real at one point. I was in complete shock. I love they tell these guys, like, okay, something's gonna happen with, like, no other detail. So you didn't know, Amber? Then it seems Eula did an excellent job at keeping the situation under wraps. And no need to worry, you two. I'm no worse for wear. Like, if that were me, I'm gonna be completely honest, if that were me, if I was Amber, I'd be like, you know, I kind of wish you guys told me. It feels like an important thing for all of the knights to know, or at least most of them. That sounds like Eula, all right. She's like an impenetrable wall, that one. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure. She's someone you can really count on.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's suggestion. He said the plan would work best if someone well-known and reputable without being too high profile. It would work best with someone well-known and reputable without being too high profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was the perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would disappear. Ah, so that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during a mission, which is a thing that that has only been explained until now. Of course, it didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, because the imposter fell right into our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident, which again, I'm pretty sure they only mention that now. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed it to be credible. The imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. Tiff said, damn, Hertha got picked because she was the perfect mid. Yeah. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear on the night's patrol route, claiming to have survived her mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Dang! You guys committed.
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making.
Yes, and our enemy was more meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity, which was a more advanced way of thinking than Subject 2. So we had to wait long enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we needed to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince herself that she had enough to strike.
But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
Don't worry, Barbados already tracked her down. She doesn't have this blessing, so she can't hear what we're talking about right now. Hold. Furthermore, we needed to convince him to gather it. Okay. How did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters? Wait, like, how they know? There's informants among our ranks. Alright then. This is all too big brain for me. I think the basic idea is that this entire trial, they took a page out of Fontaine. This entire trial is like fake specifically to lure all of the imposters into, well, maybe not one courtroom, but like lure a good chunk of them in there. And so they had one person pretend that they were dead, basically, or missing in action, so that, I don't know, the monster creature or whatever could basically pretend to be her. But, whoa, what happened? Okay. And, yeah, so they could, like, pretend to be her, and then, they would basically, like, plant evidence to make it seem, to make it more, like, believable to the imposter. Yeah. And I guess what they're saying is that, you know, all of this, like, fake trial stuff they gave to Durin? Wait, how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters? There's an informant among our ranks. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? So is it the whole faking information? Like they quote unquote leaked the information? I don't know. Tiff says, I subbed and like. Good night. Alright then. Bye-bye.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
It was to be expected. I couldn't just reveal the truth. It had to be at the right moment, or it would have given the imposter even more fuel against me. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and the monsters in disguise, and if my true identity got out, the public's trust in me would be gone. It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut and be seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due. It was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Indeed. I have you to thank for that, traveler. You probably don't know it, but you've been part of the plan since the beginning. Me, I didn't even know there was a plan. And for that, you have my sincerest apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had a reason. This might sound intuitive, but I did make it to the plan. I did it to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning, I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair and independent reader to discover, someone willing to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew you would return for Windbloom. I knew you would agree to attend the trial. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as an honorary knight would compel you to start your own investigation. Little Gem says, my dude just revealed his identity to everyone in earshot. That's a good point. That's a good point. The fake Hertha, subject 2, has met you in Dragonspine before. If she thought even you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. The perfect time for us to strike. How would they know Traveler and Paimon would even be here? Well, he did says that, like, we always come for the Windbloom Festival, and it is Windbloom time, so yeah. Although they kind of were banking on the fact that we even would visit. like we always do, which is a thing that he mentioned, but it's yeah. Albedo's right. You were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. Because Traveler's hip with the kids. And please, don't be too hard on Albedo. He's just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. The Honorary Knight and Paimon will always be friends of Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aww, that means a lot.
In that case, thank you for thinking of me. It's an honor to take part. It is us who should be thanking you, Honorary Knight.
Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
Oh, okay. Oh, hi, Dahlia. What are you doing? I step outside the courtroom and this is the first thing I see. I'm not sure how much more I can take. I'm not brave enough.
I think you should give yourself more credit. You were brave enough to sit through the trial despite the nature of the allegations. That takes strength.
Deacon Dahlia, I didn't see you there.
Apologies. Rosaria asked me to come. With Albedo running around protecting the city, she was worried you might be alone. At a time like this, 2 is much better than 1. So let me help.
Oh, thank you. I didn't think Miss Rosaria even remembered me.
Of course she does. She spent all that time monitoring Albedo. It's only natural that she remembers his most dedicated student.
Oh yeah. So after this, I doubt Mr. Albedo's identity will be a secret, huh? Not to the higher-ups, at least. Wait, what?
As far as I know, he shared that information with close members of his order long before these events.
Wait, the whole Durin thing or the fact that he's a synthetic human? Huh?
Perhaps I spoke too soon. You do scare easily.
Sorry. I guess I didn't expect Mr. Albedo to just reveal it like that.
I'm sure he felt the time was right. Besides, you know the truth. I know the truth. It doesn't change anything, right?
How does she know the truth? That's my question. When Mr. Albedo told me in the library a few days ago, I was pretty shocked. But more than that, I was amazed.
Not afraid?
No, not afraid. I trust in knowledge and science, and I trust in Mr. Albedo as a person. I just noticed, Deacon, there aren't any wind currents around us.
We lucked out on that front. Otherwise, that conversation would have been for the whole city to hear.
I love that you guys, like, just realized that. Chalkboy outed himself. Pretty much. I mean, I was thinking, like, when he did tell us, like, in the event, yeah, he really did just kind of say it. Huh. I wonder how it works. That would have been so embarrassing. How does Sucrose... Oh, yeah, that's right, because I'll be honest, Sucrose was, like, the last person I expected. Okay, let's go over here. Let's go over the wall.
It's all my fault. I knew Clea was fast, but disappearing like this?
Bruh.
I only lost sight of her for 1 second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
Explain what?
Albedo, Traveler, Paimon. What brings you here?
We're providing mobile support for across the region. Was there something you needed to explain? You can tell me anything. I hope you know that.
Yeah, plus we kinda already heard what you said,
Oh.
so...
Just tell us. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Clea, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
I see. Please don't beat yourself up about it. Clea is...
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
She can take care of herself. Alright, fighting first, conversation later.
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second.
Oh, hey. Nah, we're fine. Oh no, Clea's going to nuke the place.
Crush!
Oh, there's a bomb!
Burst forth!
Beg for mercy.
Clea's got
Those
this one.
bombs. I see what you mean. She is not to be underestimated.
Well, I tried, okay? I tried.
Coming to be!
Thanks, Clea.
Great undertaking!
Thank you.
Burst forth!
Help a lot. Talk to Clea and you. We won! Great work, Clea. I'll be counting on you to protect Eula next time, too.
Albedo, you can't be serious.
No problem. Just leave it to Clea. Are you going on patrol, Mr. Albedo? Clea heard you went camping for a few days, and these monsters followed you back home.
Camping. Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
That's right. So I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expenses. He says properly. If you have the time, I'm sure Eula would be grateful if you escorted her back to headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
It would be an honor. Clea will do her best. Turn to center. I think it's a little far. Thank you. That should be it for now. Good work, everyone. How did we fare injury-wise? Good. Our preparations paid off. Injuries are few and far between. I have a full record here. Wonderful. I'll review it in a bit.
We're back!
Everyone all right?
Amber?
Yep, right as rain. We're back? Clea kept Miss Eula safe the whole way. That's amazing, Clea. Eula was lucky to have you. Looks like we're still missing a few. Reporting back, Master Jean. Mission complete. Good to have you back safe and sound. And great work, everyone. This operation would have not happened without you all. Your leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. I will, but I believe you deserve one most of all. My work isn't finished, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends? Ah, yes, of course. We can talk about it back at headquarters. The Traveler and Paimon should be there too. Alright, everyone who has finished their work should head back to their quarters or to the church to get some rest. Wanna come with us, Klee? We can drink some tea and eat some freshly baked moon pies. Yes, yes! Amber X Eula moment, yes.
Hi, everyone.
Venti, thank you for everything. I know there were difficult moments along the way. Nah, everything went great.
Oh, well, wait. Does that mean you saw me running for my life?
True, I was acting there, like... no. Apologies. Just forget everything I said.
Just kidding. But you're right. It was tough out there. I almost lost my hat to the wind several times.
Any notable information on the wind?
Of course. I was out on the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sorts of things. As for something notable, well, I picked up on anxious voices and a child's anger.
Durin has been isolated for centuries, but absorbing Subject 2's emotions allowed him to understand certain truths about this world and his existence, including the fact that he's no longer Mother's only child. Anxious voices and a child's anger. Or her most perfect creation. It's obvious he found that fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response were quite genuine and, dare I say, human. So was Durin the first? I'm gonna assume Durin was first. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only child Mother needs. This mindset arose out of Durin's instincts to compete and survive, and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2's knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Durin still lacked sufficient social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle. Dang, okay. Okay, you're just calling him dumb then.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
That same feeling. It's close!
What is it? Huh? Who are you? Ah, Miss Phonia? Here to make your report?
Oh, nothing much to report, actually.
Who are you? Is that so? During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols and post-battle reconnaissance this time. How did everything go?
Good. No problems.
I see. If you don't mind me asking, why did you come from that direction? And why are you alone? Did you think we were still meeting at the side gate? There was a change of plans. We sent a message over the wind in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but I imagined you missed those as well, because you're under Durin's influence, and you have been since your trip to Dragonspine over 6 months ago. Okay? Who are you? Like, no, like, for real. Who this? Who you is? Don't move. Turn into a whopper flower. No? Okay. Let's continue this discussion back at headquarters. Don't be scared. I'll figure out a way to free you from his power soon. Okay. So I'm going to assume that all of the normal civilians were just, like, told to stay inside. What if, like, a window was shattered? Restless as a child. Alright, the others are looking after Phonia. Please, please tell me you can help her. I can, as long as the rest of the operation goes well.
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now?
What happens next is more of a personal project. I've consulted Venti about the possibility of calling a tripartite conference. Ah, yes. That's a relatively new tradition. Grandmaster Varka came up with the idea a few years ago.
I still remember when he approached me about asking the lovely ladies of the Hexen Circle for a small favor. The chumminess caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I'd have thought he was talking about his older sisters or something.
That's funny.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
Nah.
I wouldn't exactly call him young, but he's not old either.
He's still going to look like an anime boy who's like at the most 26 though. He's the type to crack a joke at every opportunity, so whatever age that is. Indeed. You guys can just tell me. You guys can tell me how old he is. Okay, fine. Anyway, the Tripartite Conference is a gathering of 3 parties. The Hexen Circle, the Animal Archon, and the joint forces of the Knights and the Church of Favonius. Oh, a flashbang. Ooh! Also, this is where it comes from. Lord Barbados was able to facilitate a meeting between Varka and the mages. That's so cool. That's so cool. Is that adventuring from Honkai Star Rail? Okay, I'll stop. Varka has quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favor and convince them to agree to a very important request. Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages would return and lend their aid to our nation. Yes, and now I have a request of my own. So I need the conference to convene once again. Venti, if you would.
Of course! Traveler, pass me the Dodo communication device.
Huh?
Purdy.
You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Yeah.
Just watch and learn. Okay, I think this should do it.
What's that ringing?
Oh.
Is it the wind or something?
Oh. I'll be honest, I was not expecting him to be voiced. If there was any character I did not expect to have a voice, it was that. Okay. No, I'm telling you, anime boy in his like at most 26. He sounds exactly like that.
Hold on, that's not the right voice.
Wait. Barbados?
Varka?
Dang. Wrong number. Grandmaster?
Oops, wrong contact. Sorry, Varka, you're probably busy right now.
No, wait, why are you calling me?
Well, considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
Ah, yes, well, have fun with that. We can talk some other time.
All right, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take it from my stash. I keep it in...
That's so silly. Wait, so did Venti buy him drinks? Did Venti buy drinks for once? Cora says, he sounds like he has a defined chin. He does! I love that him and Varka are drinking buddies. That's so funny.
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Don't tell me he hid it beneath the great tree of Windrise. That seems like a bit much. Jean, shut up. Like, stop being so professional. This is like...
Hello? Who is this?
Oh my god, it's Alice!
Greetings, Miss Alice. It's Venti.
Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
I have no idea. I've never met that person in my entire life.
You're really gonna tease me like this? Fine. It's Barbados.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados?
You still remember the Tripartite Conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He's asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
It's me, Aunt Alice.
Albedo, captain of the Knights of Favonius investigation team, requests a formal meeting with the Hexencircle.
And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
In terms of technique, no. But in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Be right where? Here? As in this office?
Hello
again, everyone.
Hey, that's super cute. That's super cute. Wait. Are we going to go into, like, the boss battle? Hello, Aunt Alice. I see you've turned yourself into a giant Dodoko.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while. On behalf of the Hexencircle, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Aw, that's nice of you.
I'm sorry, I, like, blanked out for a minute. Hold up, I'm so sorry. Half the circumstances, I'm guessing you need to... Okay. Never mind.
Huh, I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Head to my office. He's waiting for you there. Another person? Albedo, you're just pulling out people left and right. Okay, so I think the gardener. Go to Albedo's office. Okay, so I think after this, we're going to end the stream because, oh boy, it's getting late, guys. Before we set out, there's someone you need to meet. Okay. What are you guys doing? You did so much for us this time, Lord Barbados. I don't even know how to thank you.
Don't thank me at all, please. It makes it seem like I'm useless the rest of the time.
You know that's not what I meant. An Archon has their own calculations. Who am I to question their wisdom?
Okay, now you give me too much credit. I admit I'm not the most, proactive Archon. You have your own hard work to thank for this result. Oh, and our friends the Honorary Knight in Paimon, of course.
Silence.
Worried about Albedo's plan?
I can't help it. I have full confidence in his abilities, but it's just instinctual, it's just an instinctual response. But in the end, if he sets his mind to something, I know he will succeed. I trust him.
That's good to hear.
You know, he may not be the most proactive Archon, but like, isn't it like a thing that he always awakens during like Mondstadt's time of need, right? Right? That's a thing. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a thing in his lore. So it's less so that he, well, I mean, okay, he does sit around and do nothing, but it's more like Mondstadt's never in a situation where he has to do something. You know what I'm saying? It's like Mondstadt is such a peaceful nation, like 90% of the time, that it's less of lack of productivity and more like there's just nothing really for him to do. So he just kind of sits there and waits for the thing to happen. Because, like, I'm pretty sure it's a thing that, like, he only awakens when Mondstadt needs him. Like, I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong, though, but I'm pretty sure that's a thing. And so, like, it's mostly my headcanon, I ain't gonna lie. But, like, I imagine him as the kind of person who, like, he awakes and he's like, oh, well, something's going on, but I don't really know what it is. So I'm just gonna, like, bum around and wait for that thing to happen. Okay, I'm taking this, like, from the webcomic, the manga webcomic that Hoyo did like 1,000,000 years ago before the game even came out, that he wakes up during Vanessa's time, which is like 1,000 years ago, and they kind of portray that, because they were like under the aristocracy, and they make it like, they kind of portray the fact that Venti doesn't know about that. Like, he wakes up and has no idea what is going on, and it isn't until he like walks around the city that he sees like what's happening and like, you know, stuff like that. So like, and then he takes action. I don't know, he strikes me as more the kind of character that like...
Have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here somewhere.
Wait. Did I just get trapped in another cutscene? Crap. Oh. Oh, hello. Hey, not so loud.
Minnie Turin? What are you doing here?
Oh yeah, you were from that one summer event that I missed completely. Well, actually, I've kind of been helping you guys in secret this whole time. I've tried tapping Paimon on the shoulder during the battle, but you floated away too fast. You were there? Yeah, I've been in Mondstadt for a few days now, but I've kept myself out of sight. I thought people might be scared of me.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you.
Thanks.
So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time of year.
A dragon? I did sneak off to the festival for a bit, even though I didn't play any of the games because of all of the people. I still had a lot of fun. But that's not why I'm here. Albedo and I made a promise to accomplish something great together.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna replace the Durin of Dragonspine. I'm gonna be the one who is revived and brought to this world.
Wait, didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here.
Sorry, I should be more specific. Albedo said he can use alchemy to turn me into a human. Oh.
What?
Oh, so that's what that is. Human transmutation. So you're Albedo's intended subject. Yeah, he's been working on it for a long time.
And that's what you want, Minnie Durin? To become human?
I don't know if want is the right word. I don't even know if that's a right answer in a situation like this. But I do know this. I have just as much of a right to this name. I don't want to lose the other Durin. Becoming human isn't as simple as just changing form. I know. Albedo talked to me about that. He said the Durin on Dragonspine is a lot more aggressive and primitive. Almost like a beast. But Mom created me in a storybook. The pure parts of me can balance out the evil parts of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what I will look like. But if I can still be me once I become one with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul, there will never really be a... Wait, sorry. Maybe without a complete soul, there was never really a me to begin with. Albedo said these kinds of questions are normal. We're all just trying to figure out who we are. Dang, that's sad. But I'm not afraid of change. I want my life to have meaning, and suppressing the evil dragon, becoming human, both sound pretty meaningful to me. So don't worry. No one is forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
He's so cute. Yeah, I'm really grateful to him. We're kind of on the same boat, you know? Albedo told me he's the Kryda Prince, a synthetic human. And if this works, I'll be one too. We will be the only two of our kind in the whole world, alchemical creations allowed to live in a human form. If all living things are grouped together by species, there's only one other person like me in this world. I guess that makes us family.
Definitely. You've just got to trust one another. Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hack Guy know about this?
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, I told him I was coming here to fulfill this, duty. He didn't try to stop me. He just told me to get a move on then. He didn't say it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe even he thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. I'm a little scared, of course, but excited too. Anyway, I'm really glad I got to talk with you at a time like this. I feel a lot better, so thanks. It's so cute. It's so adorable. Okay. Okay, what's the last thing? I was feeling kind of nervous. It was a strange feeling. I never felt anything like it. But don't worry, I can cope. I gotta do my best in a good frame of mind. So Albedo's plan can succeed. Alrighty. It's getting late, guys. I think we can end things a wee bit here. Okay, let me see. Achievements, yes. Give me. Restless as a child. Alright. I'm just gonna... Oh, yeah. We're just gonna go to the Infinite Void really quickly. Whoa, okay. Hi, Creative Cloud being terrible to me again. I don't even use you anymore. I used you one time, like once. That was it. Okay. So, oh shoot, I need to put the music back on. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. There we go. Alright, so, that is currently what I have of paralogism, and I'm getting the feeling that I don't know if like at the end or getting near the end or something, I don't know. But, this quest currently has been really, really fun. I've really been liking it. It's super fun. Void. It's super, super fun. It's like, I don't know, it's just really cool, not only to see Mondstadt, but this might sound a little bit weird, but seeing Mondstadt in a serious situation, you know? Because I mentioned it, like, at the beginning of the stream, but, like, Mondstadt is the, you know, it's the introduction, it's the tutorial region, you know, everything in Mondstadt's pretty, like, peachy and cute and fun, right? However, you know, like, if you're deep into the Genshin lore, you will know that Mondstadt is very sus, and it is connected to a lot of really big lore stuff, and, you know, everyone was like, it's like, well, yeah, like, I don't know if endgame, but like important to endgame, if you know what I mean. Like, a lot of Mondstadt characters are like stupidly important and connected to like so many things. Kaya's like an example. So I don't know, I just love seeing like just Mondstadt being treated just a little bit more serious, because like we're at a point in the game, you know, we're at a point in the game where Genshin could just like do whatever they want at this point. Like, you know what I mean? They can go as dark as they want, honestly, at this point. And I'm not saying that Mondstadt has to be dark. I just love seeing Mondstadt just a little bit more serious, a little more stuff going on. And I'm also trying to think like whether or not it was this Durin situation, which is why. That's the reason he's awake, right? It has to be. Or did I get that wrong? Hold on a second, guys. Like, Cora says, it's such a shame that lore is stuck in the event hell. Yeah. No. And this event is seriously an example of why, like, how you're doing that is just weird. Hold on a second. Let me fact check myself. Hold on a wee bit. Yeah, when Mondstadt faces a dire situation or when his divine intervention is needed to solve a significant issue. Yeah, I'm not crazy. That's a thing. So I was going to say, like, because I was going to say that, like in the beginning at the first Mondstadt quest, like in the very beginning of the game, it's kind of hinted that like, oh, Venti was like lured because of the Dvalin thing. And then of course a bunch of theorists were like, okay, well the Dvalin thing is over and Venti's still around. So clearly he is there for some other purpose. It wasn't the Dvalin thing specifically why he is there. And I'm thinking like, is it the Durin situation? But like, Venti's probably gonna stick around until like endgame at least. And so I'm just like thinking like, is it Durin? Was it the Dvalin thing? Is it something about Celestia? You know, any of that crazy stuff? I do have a theory, although it's really complicated. It's kind of a complicated theory, but I have a theory that like he knew us before we met him, because like it has to do with the Samsara theory and the fact that like we're kind of in a time loop and he has met us in previous time loops. It's a theory that I have, but that's whatever. That's whatever. But, and so like, I'm sorry, I'm just like analyzing Venti. He's my favorite character, couldn't you tell? But I just love the part where he's like, whoa, you're giving me way too much credit calling me like wise and intelligent. You're giving me way too much credit. I'll admit, I'm not the most proactive Archon. And it's like, well, first of all, you are specifically here for a reason. You're specifically here to do something. It's like more so like a headcanon of mine a little bit. But also I feel like it's a little intentional, the fact that so far, well, up until this quest, I guess, but so far Mondstadt's been pretty peaceful. And so it's like, and so it's like, okay, yeah, he's not the most proactive Archon, but what exactly is he going to do? Because remember, Venti only intervenes when it's necessary. He's not like the other Archons who's there all the time. Like, he only steps in when it's absolutely necessary. That's like his whole thing. And so, it's like, it's like, definitely laziness, but also I think a part of it is just, what do I do? I just always think back to the webcomic that Hoyo made, where he didn't do anything until he saw, like, just how bad, like, the aristocracy was. But, you know, other than that, he was just kind of like, he was just kind of like messing around. he was just kind of there. But that's just my own mini theories for another day. Little Gem says, do we know much about the Four Winds? Not necessarily. I mean, I think the Four Winds were just kind of there to, like, protect Mondstadt while he was gone. And so that includes the Grandmaster. Yeah, the Grandmaster, Dvalin, Andreas. I think Venti is the fourth. Is he the fourth? Is he the fourth? I think he is, but I don't remember. Cora says, yeah, they can handle it on their own. Venti, probably. I mean, yeah, he's not really wrong. They did handle it mostly on their own. He helped out a little bit, because it's, you know, big Durin stuff. Okay, enough about Venti. The Albedo stuff. I'm gonna be fully honest. I think the trial was really cool, but, like, this is, like, man, I don't even know. This is, like, they did something very similar in Sumeru, where they presented everything, like, just how it is, right? And then at the last minute, it's revealed that it was, like, this grand, like, 5D chess move, and, like, I'm explaining all of the details and all of that, right? And that's cool, that's fun, right? But first of all, like, Genshin's already done this quite a few times. They did that with Sumeru. Like, there's a point where it's like, okay, when does it become an epic reveal? And when does it just start feeling a little bit like a cop-out? It makes sense, though. Like, story-wise, it makes sense. I guess it's just, like, I didn't really like it when they did it in Sumeru. I didn't stream Sumeru, but I actually didn't really like the whole, like, oh, we're going to pretend that X, Y, and Z is actually happening, and then at the last minute we're gonna reveal that it's all some grand plan. And, like, to see it again, I was like, oh, okay. Okay, you guys made me feel a whirlwind of emotions for nothing! For nothing! Of course, I never thought Albedo was, like, a murderer or anything, obviously, but, like, I was expecting something sus about him, which, I mean, he did kill people, technically. But I don't know, I just feel like, I think if it was a plan by... I think if it was a plan only with, like, the absolute most important characters, I think it would have been a little, I think it wouldn't have feel as, like, cop-outy. And of course not all of the knights knew the full details of the plan, but, like, enough of them did that it kind of sort of felt like, oh, so what was the point of this? But the actual trial itself, I thought was pretty cool. The mini investigation we did, really cool, really awesome, loved that. But yeah, Little Gem says, remember Venti inviting us to become one of the Four Winds? I think he does say that, yeah, at the end of the Mondstadt quest. But, yeah, also we got to hear Varka, that's so cool. That's so cool. I cannot wait to meet him. I fully expect him to look like a 20-year-old anime boy, even though, forget what I said, his voice does sound older. But, like, yeah. I also love the fact that him and Venti are drinking buddies. That's really, really fun. And I also love his little friendship with Dahlia. I love that their whole dynamic is like, oh, you should talk to Lord Barbados. You know what? Yeah, maybe I should. I wonder what he would say. Yeah, I wonder that too. That's so funny. That's so silly. I love that. I absolutely love that. And, yeah, no, it seems like, not exactly suspicion. I mean, I guess it was kind of obvious, but, like, it was always a headcanon of mine that, like, the tippity top people of Mondstadt, like, from the get-go know his identity. Not that I think Dahlia from the get-go was told, hey, if you see a green bard around, that's Barbados. But, like, he's definitely privy to that information, and Venti's completely fine with letting him know. At the same time, Venti is a terrible liar. Like, he's so bad at keeping his identity a secret. It's why I have the headcanon that, like, a decent chunk of Mondstadt, like, not necessarily knows, but are like, I don't know, guys. I think something. But, yeah. Cora says courtroom should have been lit better. Yeah, I think they just wanted to keep, like, a depressing, I guess, like, color vibe, I guess. Alright, it's pretty gray, though. But, yeah, okay, it's getting really, really late. I need to end this, on Tuesday, like, because, like, I'm not lying in my community post when I said this entire patch, including this Archon quest, I am so incredibly excited for. Like, this quest so far has a little bit of parts that, like, kind of sort of just, like, a little bit annoy me, but other than that, I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much fun. Mondstadt is great, and it has Venti, who is my favorite character, and it has Albedo, who I absolutely love. So many characters that I love, and it's so fun. Not much lore, but it didn't need it. Well, not yet. I know there's gonna be lore at the end, but, like, so far, it's fun. It's great. Okay, yeah, Tuesday, hopefully, I will try my best to stream on Tuesday. I will. But I can't, like, say outright, yes, 100%, I am streaming on Tuesday, because, you know, life happens, right? But I will do what I can, because this entire patch cycle is I'm so hyped. Like, this quest, Skirk's entire character, her story quest, the Dainsliff stuff, like, I cannot wait for us to get there. But we need to finish Paralogism first. So, yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's it. If I keep going, I mean, I've already been repeating myself a million times, but if I keep going, then I'll really be sounding like a broken record. But yeah, no, this stream was so fun, guys. A bit longer than normal, but, like, I had fun. And, yeah, no, I guess that's all I kind of have to say. Till next time. Till next time. Bye!